Greetings, folks. Trooper True here, and welcome to Random Talk, the show where I discuss random. I'm sorry. Okay, let's try this again. Greetings, folks. Trooper True here, and welcome to Random Talk, the show where I discuss random topics chosen by either myself or you, the viewers. It is Friday, the 6th of June, 2025, and we are live. If you're connected with me through MeWe, Instagram, Snapchat, Blue Sky, or Vero, then I'm glad that we're connected here too. As suggested by one of my subscribers, my life and interests will be the first subject of discussion on this first live episode of Random Talk. Now, please keep in mind that I may have to pause for a brief drink between paragraphs, mainly so my throat doesn't get all dry before this live video is done. On that note, here we go. My full given name is Trulon Elgin McCray. I was born on the 15th of December 1973 in Chicago, Illinois, where I had lived until the 13th of March 2023, when my wife and I moved to Wilmington, Illinois. God damn it. Oh, sorry. All right, let me start that paragraph over. My full given name is Trulon Elgin McCray. I was born on the 15th of December 1973 in Chicago, Illinois, where I had lived until the 13th of March 2023, when my wife and I moved to Wilmington, Illinois, which is approximately 65 miles southwest of Chicago. I don't normally share information about my wife, Grace, mainly because she is not a fan of social media. But I will share that she and I have been married 24 years with no children. We got married on the 17th of September 2000, exactly 1 year after we met at a singles party called Zaz Bash. The part about the singles party, I knew nothing about. I just basically went to see Blondie, one of the headlining acts that night, and rest in peace, drummer Clem Burke. Despite not living in Chicago anymore, I am still a fan of the Chicago Cubs, who happen to be in first place in Major League Baseball's National League Division with 39 wins and 24 losses. In addition, I'm a rap musician, although I have not created anything new in months. Long story, I have been unemployed since the 3rd of July, 2024. If anybody wants to hear my stuff, then here's what you do. Go to my homepage on YouTube, visit the playlist tab, then click on the playlist titled Trooper True, True Grace 2000 Final Cut. That's where my most recent work can be seen and heard. Now, just give me a minute. Let me just get a drink here. Okay. I first took interest in rap music in 1988. I was 13 at the time and first learning how to rap. 2 years later, I got my first electronic keyboard and began to make my own music for my raps. At the time, I started calling myself Master T, but later on, I decided that name was too common, too ordinary. So I gave myself a new nickname, Trooper True, which sounded a lot more musical. In addition, I got that name from a brand name of shoes I was wearing, Troop. My main musical inspirations are Run DMC, LL Cool J, and one of my absolute favorites, Michael Jackson. Speaking of Michael Jackson, I have been a hardcore fan of his since Motown 25, which aired worldwide on the 16th of May 1983, where he performed Billie Jean, his hit song at the time, and totally popularized the moonwalk. From then on, I totally worshipped Michael Jackson, so much to the point of to put it mildly, getting very upset whenever anything negative was said about him. Since my birthday in 1995, after I turned 21 and started clubbing, I would take over the entire dance floor whenever Billie Jean played on the stereo. Then he died on the 25th of June 2009. Just a few days later, I created my musical poetic tribute, King of All Music, which can also be seen on my YouTube channel. Then in 2019 came the infamous documentary Leaving Neverland, starring two former friends, Wade Robson and James Safechuck. Unfortunately, this was music to the ears of all MJ haters, including those I encountered back in high school. And to make matters worse, a select few celebrities decided to jump on what I call the accusational bandwagon and believe those two liars. Those such celebrities I have personally dubbed LN sympathizers. Thankfully, the documentary was permanently removed from all streaming services in 2024. Before that, I posted a support video for Michael Jackson simply titled MJ Ultimate Defense, which can also be seen on my YouTube channel. Excuse me, I need a drink. Speaking of Michael Jackson, well, in addition to Michael Jackson and most of the old school groups and rappers that back in the day, I also love Japanese music, particularly from female groups like the ever-changing girl band Morning Musume, the legendary hard-rocking Shoya, I call them the goddesses of rock, and the more legendary duo Pink Lady, Mitsuyo Nemoto and Keiko Masuda. Speaking of Pink Lady, I first heard about them in March 1980. They were the main stars of their own short-lived American TV series, Pink Lady, starring Jeff Altman and Mia Kay. I basically tuned in to see Pink Lady and paid virtually no attention to anybody or anything else on the show. Unfortunately, on the seventh week, there were only 60 episodes of that show. On the seventh week, I tuned into NBC and something else came on. I was a little sad because I thought I would never see them again. I guess you could say I fell in love with them at first sight, and I was only 6 years old at the time. And then in 2009, they were brought back to my attention by a fellow Chicagoan, my good friend Joshua Paris. At the time, I hosted a music showcasing video series on YouTube, The Trooper True Show. The song requested by Joshua was Pink Typhoon. Upon seeing this performance, I was tickled pink, no pun intended, at the thought of seeing them again. After uploading that episode, I started looking for other Pink Lady music videos. The music videos I came across were Pepper Kabu, UFO, SOS, and several others, all made in 2004. At the time, I decided to create a rap tribute to Pink Lady, simply titled Pink Tribute, which can also be found on my YouTube channel. Just months after I posted what is now an early draft of Pink Tribute, a Japanese fan named Toshiki Takei sent me a whole bunch of Pink Lady merchandise, CDs, DVDs, and picture books. In return, I sent him a CD with my Pink Tribute along with 2 DVDs. One included a short film I created, the MJPL Brotherhood Saga. The other DVD contained music videos that support my personal organization, the MJPL Brotherhood. Months later, Toshiki Takei just disappeared with no way to contact him. Nevertheless, I am forever grateful to Toshiki for all the Pink Lady merchandise, especially the 2 DVD concert series, UFO, Unforgettable Final Ovation. Speaking of that concert series, I got very emotional at the end of disc 2. The final song was Oh. When that song finished, the emotional floodgates opened. Each time they bowed, I told them how much I loved them. But as it turns out, 2005 was not their unforgettable final ovation. They proclaimed in 2010, in a 2010 press conference at Victor Studios, Kaisan Yame, no more disbandments. So they are still performing together to this day. And in July 2020, Pink Lady was selected in the women's category of the 6th Platinum Age Awards, which honors celebrities over the age of 60. And that will do it as far as my life and personal interests. If you would like to know more about me, if there is a topic on your mind that you want me to discuss, please feel free to drop me a line via email at troopertrue2012@gmail.com. If by chance we're connected through any of my social media platforms, feel free to drop me a line via DM on one of those. Okay, now it's time to respond to some chats here. Bang Bang Ding Din says, "Are you homeless, bro?" No, I am not. Yeah, my wife is retired and still has income coming in. Put it that way. All right. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in to my first live broadcast of Random Talk. This is your friendly neighborhood Trooper True signing off. See you next time, and God bless. Goodbye for now.